Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. Welcome back. Nick and Lex here. Thank you for joining me to another episode of Music with Nick. Today we got a jazz fusion marathon requested by RG, and I'm super excited because it has one of the most amazing blues players from me, which is Scott Henderson, and on this marathon, and I'm super excited to do this. I have heard pretty much. I've heard a lot of tribal tech and Scott Henderson, but these are foreign to me. We're gonna start it off here with, it says Scott Henderson and tribal tech Spears, and this is from the album Spears 1984. So this one is a YouTube link, so we're gonna listen to this on YouTube, and then we're gonna jump over to Spotify. Also, Scott Henderson and tribal tech. This is called Bofat or Bofat. I think it's Bowfat, from the album Nomad 1990. And then we're gonna jump over to tribal tech Big Girls Blues, and this is from 1991. And this has the Gary Willis on key. I think Gary Willis, is that the keyboards? I think it is. If not, I'm sorry. I'm familiar, but not so much. I had like one CD. Yeah. So, jazz fusion at its finest. So thank you so much, RG, for making this happen. I love this style, and I love that the channel is being fed with this amazing music. I'm super happy because today I've been up since 6 a.m. I was working earlier in the morning, my morning shift, and after that I got on Reverb and I bought myself a beautiful pedal. It's a Magic Stomp UB99. I don't know if you know it, from Yamaha, and that's the one that Mr. Alan Holdsworth used to use. So I'm gonna finally be able to have that sweet, tone that he uses, and it has all the volume swells, and it's just amazing. And I talked to the guy that sold me the pedal, and he basically is also a Holdsworth fan, and he's like I'll set you up, because usually you have to delete the whole thing, dump it on, use a Windows XP computer. It's a hassle. And he's like, hey, I got you, bro. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. So very happy today about that. So I'm literally celebrating today. And what better to celebrate with another master? Scott Henderson, for me, is, I think, for my favorite blues player, because he uses so much fusion, so much elements of jazz in his playing. So you can't really call him a blues player. He is in essence a blues player, but he uses too much jazz to be considered just a blues player. So I guess that's the way I see him. Maybe some could differ, but hey, let's just listen to him. Here we go. Again, thank you, RG, for sponsoring this marathon, for making it happen, and for bringing this amazing music to all our audience. So I hope this marathon gets a lot of love and views. So here we go. Tribal Tech with Mr. Scott Henderson, Spears. Here we go. Wow, let's take a little break. Wow, this is amazing. Thank you so much, RG. This is beautiful, beautiful music. Yeah. So the thing about this, um, I mean, I love this. I love this. I love the time signatures of the guitar. You have to pay attention of the guitar, the way he changes the time. I mean, the drum can be, in some weird time signature, but what I love about Scott Henderson's playing, that he can be in a totally different, like the scale, the way he's playing the scales is like maybe he's starting on the third beat, you know? And it gives like this whole different value to the music. And or he starts on the fourth beat, um I don't know if how to explain this. I could maybe show it on the guitar, but this is what I love about this guy. He's so versatile because he does play, and he speeds up. He speeds up the beat. What that's so cool about it. He's not just playing fast. He's just playing something even against the time signature of the drums. The drummer is on the same time signature, so it's just fantastic and very creative, very very difficult, I think, to get into. This is what I hear all the time, from people. For example, about Scott Henderson or Alan Holdsworth or even Pat Metheny. Pat Metheny, I guess, is a bit easier to get into, but it's and the people blame the tone, and no. It's I think it's just because they don't understand the musical concept or the theory behind the playing. They don't know what's going on, and I understand it's very difficult. It took me years to understand this music and to actually know what the hell is going on. This is music more for musicians. This is music for people who have studied music or studied theory. So I don't blame people being a little bit put off by this. Maybe like, what are they noodling around? But it's not noodling. It's all purposefully improvised. These people know what they're doing, and they're playing because they're having fun with the instrument. It's not just to, to show off. They're actually having a blast doing this, and this is just like a musical freedom. They've mastered the instruments so well that they can just come up with this crazy stuff, and it's all on purpose. It's not some weird, like, random improvisation. And this is what I love about this music. So I loved here that they kind of like went totally down after this craziness, and now they're giving us more like a like but I was gonna compare it a little bit. The whole like brass section was very Pink Panther, and a lot of comedy was involved here. Really, really cool playing. Really amazing, just amazing talent by Scott, and the entire band are just off the charts, all of them. I wanted to recommend you RG, a band that I wanted to cover, but check out Brett Garsett with TJ Helmrich, and this is called the album, and you're gonna be super happy to hear this. Check out Uncle Mo's Space Ranch, and that's Brett Garsett, TJ Helmrich, 2001. It's insane. Like, you're gonna love it, and I think it has a couple of players from Tribal Tech as well. So okay, let's keep going. Aha. So now I know. Now I know where Spastic Inc. or Ronjo Zombek got that doodle da buddle doodle do. You know, that idea from. I'm not saying that he took it from Scott Henderson and Tribal Tech, but it's that Frank Zappa, like, really weird chromaticism that just feels a little bit uncomfortable for some people. Just like almost like circus music. It doesn't really make sense, but you know, it does. It's so. Also, another thing, RG. So the players on here is Dennis Chambers, Scott Kingsley, Gary Willis on all 8 tracks. You're gonna have a blast. Brett Garsett, TJ Helmrich. Brett Garsett was on Mark Varney's. I think it's a masterpiece called Centrifugal Funk, with Sean Lane and the amazing Frank Gambale. So these 3 are just ripping it apart. They're all playing like they play lead boots, play all classics, jazz standards, rock standards. So check it out. Well, that one is, of course, centrifugal funk. But this one, check out Uncle Mo's Space Ranch. It's on Spotify. It's 1 hour long, 1 hour madness of fusion. Like, you're gonna be like, what the hell did I just, listen to? But you like it. Okay, so we're gonna switch. This was a great track. I loved it. Spears. We're gonna go now and check out Spotify. So this is it. The way it's pronounced is Bowfat. It's even 2 words. Bowfat. Scott Henderson, Tribal Tech from Nomad. And here we go. So I think he was like right there at the beginning. I think he was using like a tap delay. A delay doesn't mean that it's dun 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 dun. A tap delay basically is a delay that kind of like comes out of 4 different spots, and it's launched into 4 different directions, and basically it doesn't. Yeah, it's not like an echo. It's very small, so basically it gives the illusion of a very thick sound, and that's what the sound that Alan Holdsworth has. But also here is Scott is coming very, very close, and a lot of people don't like that sound, but it's on purpose because it's basically an emulation of a brass instrument, of a sax or a trumpet. Pat Metheny uses MIDI, to like simulate a trumpet sound. So that's basically what he's doing. It's very, very cool. I love what he's doing here, and now he's changing it up into a more like bluesy sound. If you can hear the difference here. Oh, still. The bass. think, if I'm not mistaken. Wow. That's some crazy, crazy playing. By everyone. The guitar, Scott is just on fire, and the bass. I don't know if it's Gary Willis. If that's the, I think that's the bass player, because and I was looking here at some Chick Corea electric band. That's also something we could do on the channel. But because, let's see, let's look here. I think Gary Willis. Let's just look it up super quick, and then I'm not talking out of my. There's so many Gary Willis. Yeah, he's the bass player. Of course. There we go. So yeah, he's on those albums with Brett Garsett, and check it out. All right, so we're gonna play our next and our last song by Tribal Tech, and this is Big Girl Blues. Maybe this a little bit slower, who knows? But we're about to find out. Here we go. it's crazy how technical he is. It's I mean all those bends and all those um you know he sounds very technical even though it's a blues, but it's way more technical than the regular blues player, you know. Because it's not like a fast pentatonic, he goes outside, he ventures outside the chords, and he always knows when to come back in, and it just sounds really good. It's just amazing, this guy. I mean, it's just it's a total delight to listen to this man play, really. And also when you see him live, it's a lot of fun watching him. He doesn't just stand there. He's really entertaining, you know. So amazing. Scott Henderson and Tribal Tech, man, and the boys, man. What a trip. This is, I mean, like I say, it's, I think it's not for everyone. It I could listen to this music like all day, you know, because it's so entertaining. It's so full of you know, it's very adventurous, you know, it doesn't get boring. It's just, it could be, yes, for some people it could be over the top, because if you're not used to this kind of stuff, then it could be maybe like a little bit too much. But you know, you'll get used to it, because you just appreciate, you know, the musicianship, and they're just having fun, you know. It's basically like, you know, metal, you know, when there's a crazy section, like, I don't know, in any kind of progressive metal song, let's say Dream Theater, when they do their time signature changes, or they go into a really fast bit. I mean, it's because they have fun doing it, you know, and it adds to the song. It is just expression, you know. Why do, you know, why does Neil Peart does like plays so many fills, like not because it's necessary, because he likes it. You know, it's fun to do, and it sounds cool. It's just like music is pure expression, and yeah, some people like it slow, some people like it fast, some people like it like this, you know, a little bit more crazy. Some people like just, you know, it's just standard blues guitar. um I love it all, you know, and that's what I love about the channel, that there's a lot of variety, and everybody can come here and say, hey, I like this, let's listen to this together, let's get it out there. And I love, that's what I love about this channel so much. It's there's so much to listen to together and share, and I love how everyone gets involved in the comment section and, you know, shares their stories of, I saw these guys live, you know, in the 90s and the 80s. Um, and that's what this channel is all about, you know, sharing and a having a community, and, you know, positivity, and all the negativity can, you know, go someplace else. All right. Thank you so much, RG. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope you did enjoy. I hope it wasn't too much. But all you Fusion guys, I know you had a blast. Um, Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.